In a matter of minutes, Amsterdam prepares to witness a musical event that has been awaited for months. One question hangs in the air. What will happen when Jin, one of the most charismatic members of BTS, finally steps onto the stage? Only time separates the audience from a moment that is believed to thrill not only the arena, but also the hearts of millions of fans around the world. The enthusiasm around the Johan Cruyff Arena, where the concert was held, has been at its peak since morning. Thousands of fans known as the Army came from various countries, carrying flags, posters, and army bomb lights ready to be turned on as soon as the first music played. Amsterdam's cool summer air was not able to dampen their ardor. The streets around the stadium are filled with spontaneous singing, joyful shouting, and cameras that are constantly on to capture every second. For Jin, this concert is not just a show. This is an important marker after a long period of vacuum due to conscription that made fans miss him. His return to the international stage is a symbol of the return of BTS's energy, which has been divided due to the schedules of each member. "We've been waiting for this day for too long," said one South Korean fan who flew 12 hours to attend, his eyes sparkling with hope. Behind the stage, preparations had reached the final stage. The technical team checked the lighting system, making sure the visual and sound effects run perfectly. Internal sources said Jin had prepared a special setlist, with some songs that had never been performed before in Europe. Rumors about a surprise collaboration with local musicians are also circulating, although there is no official confirmation yet. This element of mystery is what makes the atmosphere of this concert even more heated. International media did not miss to observe this phenomenon. The BBC, Billboard, and various global entertainment news portals highlighted Jin's return to the stage as a monumental moment in K-pop history. Not only is the scale of production stunning, but also the economic impact. Provisional data showed thousands of hotel rooms in Amsterdam were filled to capacity, and tourism experienced a significant surge thanks to the arrival of the army from all over the world. The scenery inside the stadium gets more and more incredible as time goes on. The giant screen displays a countdown that makes the heart beat faster. Every second that passed, the cheers grew louder, as if thousands of voices combined to form one and the same pulse. The purple glow of army bomb began to dominate the stands, creating a sea of distinctive colors, identical to BTS. People don't just come here to listen to music. They came to experience Jin's presence, his trademark smile, his warm interactions with fans, and his dazzling stage energy. In many hearts, this night will be an irreplaceable memory. Not a few shed tears even before the start of the concert, moved by the fact that her idol now stands in a city thousands of kilometers from her homeland, but is able to reach the hearts of anyone present. When the countdown reached the last minute, the stadium seemed to stop breathing. The lights slowly dimmed, then suddenly went out. Dark. Silence. There was only a heartbeat mixed with whispers and small screeches in the crowd. And suddenly the first burst of bass echoed, followed by a burst of light illuminating the stage. The silhouette of a genie appeared amidst the thin fog, making tens of thousands of people scream in unison. Tonight, Amsterdam is not just hosting a concert. The city became the center of world attention, immortalizing the return of a star who never really disappeared from fans' memories. And for those here, this moment isn't just entertainment. It's a testament to the power of music to bring people together across national, linguistic, and cultural boundaries. The minutes are finally over. The stage has now become Jin's, and the world is listening. Instantly, the euphoria was met with doubt. Did this grandiose moment really take place? Or was it just a media play designed to break records of public engagement? That question should be answered by every viewer watching a snippet of video on their phone screen right now. Are you confident in the source you're watching from, or just swayed by the flow of virality? Amid a wave of uploads from TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms, visual fragments are spreading fast. But the speed of dissemination is not always directly proportional to the truth. Are we disciplined enough to demand evidence for more than a short clip? Witnessing doesn't mean verifying, and a simple act like searching for an official announcement or a complete recording can be the difference between valid information and a pseudo-sensation. Would you do it? The technical ability to manipulate images and sound is now increasingly accessible. So is every authentic-looking moment worth believing without checking? Re-edited pieces of video, synchronized audio, or the use of old footage for new claims are real scenarios. Why do we ignore the possibility of manipulation when emotions are already at their peak? To test the correctness, start with a practical step. Check the official accounts of the organizers and artists. Compare upload times on various channels and look for coverage from the mainstream media. Is the evidence consistent or contradictory? If there are only short pieces without verifiable sources, why are we in such a hurry to conclude the truth? In addition to technical evidence, it is also important to examine the motives for dissemination. Are there any commercial or political advantages that might encourage the creation of sensational narratives? Do the accounts that first viralize the content have a history of controversy or any suspicious affiliations? Judging motives is part of media literacy. Are we observant enough to see these patterns? It is also critical to ask ourselves, what makes us want to believe this news immediately? Is it the desire to be part of a historic moment or the desire to gain social recognition through shares and likes? Awareness of these emotional tendencies helps to resist the impulse of sharing without verification. Are you ready to resist that impulse for the sake of greater truth? If it turns out that part of the content is engineering, what are the consequences for public opinion and media credibility? Why is it important for us to demand public correction and accountability from those who spread misleading information? Acting after finding a discrepancy is not just a reaction. Is it not also a collective responsibility? We state that the initial information circulating comes from platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several other media, but the veracity of the pieces remains to be verified. Is this recognition enough to make you more skeptical or actually doubt all sources? Transparency regarding the origin of information is the first step, but is it enough without independent verification? Finally, we invite you to reflect. Do you really believe that this event is real, or do you see signs of deliberately polished fabrications to attract media attention? Please share your opinions, verification evidence, or doubts in a healthy public space. Would you choose to act as a filter of information or simply a successor to the sensation? Thank you. Here are practical steps for readers who want to act responsibly. Perform a reverse image search to check the origin of frames. Check upload metadata or descriptions for traces of time and location. Search for full footage or live broadcasts that support video cuts, and confirm through the official account of the organizer or artist label. Would you like to spend 5 minutes on these simple steps before deploying? Also, observe statistical patterns. Spikes in likes and views from new accounts can signal coordinated activity. If it finds inconsistencies, report questionable uploads to the platform and share your verification findings. Do you see public value if many people do the same? Remember the ethical dimension. Disseminating unverified material can be detrimental to the reputation of artists, organizers, and witnesses. Is the brief sensation worth the potential negative impact? Finally, ask yourself and the community, does our propensity for sensationalism make us vulnerable to false narratives, and how to build a stronger culture of verification? Please share your arguments, evidence, or doubts. Will you become an agent of verification or just a disseminator of sensations? Thank you. Use fact-checking tools and compare credible media reports. Independent verification is often decisive. Contact witnesses or organizers. Will we strive for the truth?